growth happens here. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see real productivity. Follow me. I would help you live a purposeful and intentional life, and I break these truths down so you can easily apply them. No more groping around blindly. Let's get down to business. Hey guys, it's the Story Lady Tour Show here again, and today is for book reviews. This is going to help people that are struggling to read books. So I don't know if I'm going to slate this for Thursday or Friday. I don't know, any one of them. I'm just going to be sharing nuggets. I'm going to be sharing key points from the book. So this is just going to help those that are struggling to read. It's going to help you in the sense that you will gain useful tips for application without, having to go through 500 pages of book or a 300-page book. The essence of this book review is also to inspire you to pick up a book today, no matter how small, 20 pages, 40 pages, whatever that you can start with, and then just start reading, right? Because even a book review, I can give you solid life-changing points that will point you in the right direction. How much more loaded would it be for you to actually pick up a book and get even more juice from it? So the essence of the book reviews is just to present these highlighted points, the things that stood out for me, right? And then when you see it, to whet your appetite enough to pick up your own book and read, because the things that will stand out for me will be different from the things that will stand out for you. Let's just get right into it. So today we are reviewing Austin Kleon. Please forgive the pronunciation of the names. I think excellence demands that I go back and get the pronunciation of these authors' names and then present them well. So sorry if I am not pronouncing it well. This is what I've always known. Austin Kleon. Either Austin Kleon or Austin Clark. Austin Kleon. Let's just say Austin Kleon. Alright, the author's name is Austin Kleon, and the book title is Keep Going. I particularly fell in love with Austin Kleon when I encountered his first book, Still Like an Artist. Yes, oh god, amazing. I love his writing style. I love the bold prints in his books. And I love the creativity. I love his fun. It's really funny. I don't know if he knows this, but I just love his writing style. It's something I can totally relate to, and it's so easy to understand. And the infusion of drawings, he does that in most of his works. Diagrams, drawings, and everything. I don't know, it's just so interesting to read. If you pick a book, well, this is relative, so I can't say that if you pick a book, you're going to fall in love with it. It might be that moment that people will not say, "Oh, I still never see. I read this man's book, I'm never seeing it. Shut up, quiet, and just listen." But you cannot but love his works. So Keep Going is a book. It's a very cool book on how to stay creative and how to just keep going, as the name dictates. You will learn how to stay creative despite and in spite. Okay, so despite the obstacles, it's just gonna give you ways and tips for you to never let your creative spirit die. The emphasis is there's no stopping. That means your creativity doesn't end. You don't reach a point where, all right, I've come to the end of the road, no more creativity for me. No. You only do that when it's time for you to replenish. Which shouldn't take forever, right? And I'm going to read the quote directly. None of us know what will happen. Don't spend time worrying about it. Make the most beautiful thing you can. Try to do that every day. That's it. That's by Nori Anderson, by the way. So in this book, I will just share with you some of the things that stood out for me. So the first one is identify what you want to spend your time on, and then work on it every day, no matter what. So this is where discipline comes to play. This is not new at all, because we have authors like Brian Tracy, John Mason, John Maxwell. They keep talking about this topic. So if everybody's saying the same thing, there's something there. Identify what you want. Don't be everywhere, and just keep working on that. Don't let your day just go by. Be very intentional in what you want to do, and then just keep working at it every day. Distractions are going to come up, and that's why no matter what stood out for me, everybody has an excuse. If it's that one, we all have excuses that make sense die. Like excuses that when you hear them, you say, you're right, I feel you, you're not supposed to do that, you are inexcusable. Yeah, just sounded like my spiritual mom, Pastor Betsy. Second thing that stood out for me was another quote. I love quotes. I just love quotes that make sense. The second was a quote by Annie Dillard. I don't think there's any other pronunciation for that. It can't be Annie Dillard, so I guess I got that right. I want to read it out. How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. So I think that justifies or corroborates the first point of being very intentional with your time. I mean, a lot of people get to 50 and they're like, what have I done? right? And you just see that everything you've had or everything you have accomplished is actually thinking about dreams and doing nothing about how we spend the hours in a day. Will determine how we spend our day in the long run. And how we spend our day is how we spend our lives. So it starts from now. You can't be wishing that, oh, when in the future, I'm going to be this great person. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. I'm going to be rich. But today, you're not investing. Today, you're not saving. Today, you're not doing anything. Today, you're boring. Okay. You see the future. The future to be look at in the eye. And be like, The future to be like, The third point that stood out for me is insulate yourself from success or failure. This is funny because I've also seen this in another book. And what it simply means is that, so insulate means like to detach yourself. If you are successful, don't let it get into your head. Detach yourself from that. A lot of people begin coming down that ladder of success because they attain that success. So they just get careless with a lot of things. They don't strive for more. The achievements get into their head. They stop being creative. I'm sure you've seen this with many artists. I'm not going to mention names. One thing we got to be mindful of is even achievements, because achievement has a way of just stalling our dreams. We feel we have arrived, so what next? That's why it's very important for it to be very purposeful. It's important to get the right templates for your life from God, right? Because it keeps you going. There's no way you get to a stop. You would keep telling you, okay, this is what you're supposed to do in this season, this is what you're supposed to do in next season. But for instance, let's say your dream was just to become a dancer, a famous dancer, and then you become a famous dancer, you're like, okay, what next, right? So yeah, that's it. And insulate yourself from failure. You feel that something doesn't make you a failure, make a lot of mistakes and learn from them. So yeah, so insulate, detach yourself from success or failure, because they are both dangerous depending on the way you handle them. Because some people will fail now and they just, you know what, I'm not good at this. Maybe they failed at it a couple of times and they're like, maybe I'm not cut out for this. So maybe, because I want to tell you, you're cut out for something you might not be cut out for. But then again, maybe you are cut out for it and you just need a little more practice, you need a little more knowledge to gain in that area. So yeah. The fourth point that stood out for me is having a routine is never out of line. It gives you focus more than anything else. Having a routine. Every day when you wake up, you must wake up with a sense of purpose. What are you going to do today? There's a popular saying, if you fail to plan, plan to fail. If you don't have a routine that will guide you, you are setting up that day for failure. And imagine you don't have a routine every day. You're setting up that month or that year or years for failure. One of my favorite pastors that I listen to, Pastor Michael Todd, say something. I got this from him years ago. It doesn't start out as devotion. It starts out with discipline, and then your discipline grows into a desire. It's not just going to happen like that, like, okay, I just wake up and I'm going to be doing this. I'm just going to wake up and I'm going to publish 10 novels. No, look how unrealistic dream is that. In fact, when you fail to plan correctly, you won't achieve a lot because you bombarded yourself with a lot of tasks, and that alone give you that overwhelming feeling that would even prevent you from starting. So have a routine. You can check my past videos. So know you're going to plan with time in mind. Okay, allocate time to each of those tasks that you have to do. So having a routine is never out of line. You know what you're supposed to be doing by time, and gives you focus more than anything else. And then finally, the fifth point, worry less about getting things done. Pay attention to the things worth doing. So stop like, today I have a lot of things to do. There's not enough time in a day. See, that thing can be so annoying because I don't like that feeling. I'm always mostly like that. Let me not lie. This one is for me. This one is particularly for me. I would have spent like 2 hours like, oh my God, there's so much to do. There's so much to do. All those breaks, it just comes as a thought that will just keep, stealing into my time. Worry less about those things and actually start doing things. Pay attention to the things that you need to do right now. That's why when you're setting goals, you need to set them in order of priority. What is the most important thing you should do? Do it first today. All those things, they work. So yeah, those are the 5 points that stood out for me in the book titled Keep Going by Austin Kleon. I trust that this has helped you. It's loaded, it's quite loaded, so I would really advocate you looking at the book. You should be doing book reviews. Plus money days, like I said. Anyway, even before grabbing the book to read, you can start putting some of these things to action, because I think I really broke it down and explained it for you. These are some of the things that I apply in my daily life, and it has been so tremendously useful. Don't just throw them away. There's something about information. You can hear it. It is those who apply this knowledge that would actually see results, not in the desires. It is in the doing. So that's when you see results and you see changes. Just go online and I'm sure you can see where to get the book. Austin Kleon, Keep Going. Yeah, and that's the first book. This is all paid. I'll just get a different book every week and then just give you the key points that stood out for me randomly. This in the future, people that say, review this book and it helped me. Of course, why not? Why not? That's good cash, yeah? Just saying. All right, and that's all I have for you guys today on book reviews. See you guys next week, same time, same station, same me. STSL Tiwa Show.